more comparisons. Um, that doesn't belong. It's cute though, nice prop. Um, so yeah, I would say most of this, I'll say most, not all, are sloth teeth. Some of these smaller ones are some kind of ungulate, which would be like, you know, your deer, um, bison, things like that. And just the size, you really can't tell. But I found these ones in the ocean. I was kind of walking around thinking, these are interesting rocks. And even when I picked them up, you know, I didn't see all these cool effigies on them. And it's kind of funny. There was a group dedicated to the particular beach that I picked these up at. I'm like, you know what I found there? Sloth teeth with mammoth carvings on them. How freaking cool is that? And this one here has the sloth on it. You can see and it took me forever to figure out what that was. You know, I just had to have it. And suddenly that's an animal, but that's not an animal that I know of. So I realized, like, every time a sloth is depicted, it has a baby on its back. And then most of the art shows you've got another kind of sloth on the other side with a different kind of, with its baby on its back. It's not great art. But anyway, those were from the ocean. These were from wooded area. This one I pulled out, and it's been burned. So you can still see like an animal effigy on this burned side here, the head there. But I also kind of think if you turn it this way, oh look, a mammoth right there. The mammoth head, at least. You can see this is very consistent, like with it. If you're shown like the burn test for ivory versus like if you're trying to burn something else, this is what happens. It will kind of char on the edges like that. So yeah, I found that in Pennsylvania. Maybe they thought it was a piece of coal or something. These ones, okay. So I found, so this was like one of my first artifacts that I found in my garden. And that's the short-faced bear. And then turn this way, it's a sloth head. And it's just the symbol, there's interesting symbolism. The snake here eating the egg or the eye, and I think that has a connection to do with the comet that ended the Ice Age. Just my guess, because I started to see a lot of snake symbolism. But you notice that. But my first thought was it was petrified wood. Because it behaved differently when I washed it. But if you ever seen, when I started to see some of the carvings of the tusk ivory that was in Europe, this had a lot of similarities to it. I'd already found this. I believe this was probably someplace in the woods somewhere. I realized it's very similar to this. And this one was also found in the woods, a different woods. I mean, they're all in different places. But yeah, look how much different this is. It does look like wood, but no. I think I figured out enough, has enough traits to the rest of the sloth teeth to kind of, and that I drop it all the time. See, that's definitely for sure. I drop it. Like even this one, when I was lining it up against the Erymatherium, if you turn it that way, that's a Erymatherium head right there. Its eye, its nose, its ear. You know, how much, what else, you know, what else is gonna give it away? Okay, and there's so many different kinds of sloth. Like this, the one that came off of here, I want to say that's probably a Megalonyx. So here was like one of the ways like I was finding out that taking it like this. You can see like similar width, similar, they kind of line up. Even this piece here, that too also, it's a thicker piece, but it has like similar angles to it. You see that? And then some of that cementum is still visible on that. This piece, I don't know, when I was running the black light over it, it looks a lot like this one. So if you want to see that, that's the wolf head there. And I noticed like when it was tilted this way, it formed the sloth head, and I have other artwork that kind of shows the sloth with this kind of triangular head right there. Yeah, I've made quite a few videos. I don't know, it's just like, it's something I kind of recognize now. I mean, yeah, that looks like, this doesn't have a lot of information on it, but I noticed like when I held it up, you can kind of make out, okay, head, there's the eye, head, ear, legs, front legs here, and then back legs. It's not great art. Nobody said that they had to make beautiful portraits of anything. You know, they're primitive hunters, but they kind of gave us a little bit of information there. I know if I turned it one way, it's an animal head somehow. Not this one. Yeah, there we go. Ear, eye, nose. Or this way, same thing. Nose. Now it looks like a wolf head because of the fang. It's very, very subtle. I don't expect you to be impressed by that. But just telling you how it is. But even this guy, I mean, you can see his teeth in him. There's the two front teeth, and then even as a sloth, if you flip it over this way, he's got those big teeth on this side. Okay.